Coming up on this episode of Sandlot Sports.
Oh,
So to bring Dorian back into reality before he completely loses his mind, I want people to stop with the Mac Jones stuff because he's not that good.
I saw a video of Bill
Belichick?
Belichick watching him with a very unhappy face. Like, you brought me here for this?
I saw that.
Where's Devontae Smith, and is there somebody that can throw to him?
Exactly.
Okay, welcome to Sandlot Sports. I am Adam Capperson. I'm here with Dorian Cody.
I hate the Orlando Magic.
We'll get to that. And BJ Thomas.
Why? They evacuated their bowels like everybody else does.
So before we get to the Magic talk and the fire sale that they had a couple days ago, I do have to ask a question. So Drew Timme on Gonzaga, is he just like what Billy Hoyle would have been had he married Gloria, had a couple kids, and but still has his jump shot?
I like the kid, man. I think he's great for college basketball, honestly.
Well, I mean, it looks like you're going to see a lot more of him with him being up 20 right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're playing hot, and the USC was as hot as any team coming in, and they just look pathetic.
Yeah.
Well, the best team in the tournament is clearly the Houston Cougars.
I told you that when we spoke last time that watch out for that defense.
Yeah, that's what got him, and they did. Like, there's things you have to check off to beat the Boeheim zone, and they did all of them. They shot over the top. If you can do that, that's the easiest route, is to shoot over the top. The bigs ran the baseline behind the center. Like, that's unstoppable if you hit a couple shots up top. Then all you got to do is drive to the middle and kick to either one of those guys, and somebody's getting dunked on. And then you attack the free throw line and pass out. They did all three effectively. If you do that, Syracuse has no chance ever.
Yeah, and Beeline was the master of that when he would play against Syracuse. When he was in the Big East and when he was in Michigan, they played in the tournament.
Yeah, and we still gave him the business with the zone.
Well,
there's too many shooters, and the problem is there's too many big shooters now. It used to be guys that were 6'4" shooting threes out there. You could get your small forward out there, challenge it with long arms, cause a problem. Now he's 6'8". By the time he gets out there, you're reaching to the face.
Yeah. And that's what's so interesting. You know, I make fun of Timmy because he does look like he's 40 years old out there. But he's got a beautiful jump shot, and whether or not he translates to the pros, it doesn't matter. He is a great college player.
Those guys that look like uncles are problems.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they're usually fundamental, and they'll just keep giving it to you.
Yes, and that's the thing. You know, I don't know how much you guys have watched of Gonzaga, and that's what they do. They're not flashy. They're not going to blow by you. They are just very, very sound, and that's a Mercury team through and through.
They remind me of like the 1990 Duke teams.
Oh,
like, outside of like Grant Hill, they didn't have any really flashy players. They had those guys who were like developed players
who didn't make it in the NBA.
Right.
They didn't make it. They didn't translate, but in the college game, they were beasts.
They were awesome.
Yeah, we've talked about this many, many times. The fundamentals will carry you very, very far, and
they'll keep you employed for sure.
Oh yes, but the coaches that recruit one and done, and that's all they do. Calipari, Krzyzewski now, where are they? They're sitting at home watching this thing.
Yeah.
I believe they're definitely going to reevaluate some things, especially after this tournament year.
No.
You don't think so?
If they have another down year next year, yes. But I guarantee you that the word will be, well, it was a weird COVID year. We shouldn't have played anyway. They will have all kinds of excuses other than what's right in front of them.
Yeah. I was going to say that. I'm sorry, Dorian. I was going to say that it was a COVID year thing too, but then I caught myself thinking that was something stupid to say because COVID ain't got shit to do with talent.
Oh, I completely agree.
So it's just going to be an excuse. It's not a valid excuse.
Well, I mean, we've all seen how things work nowadays. You can just make shit up and people will follow it. Yeah, I saw that too. For those of you who are listening and don't know what's going on, we've got the USC game up on side monitors, and that was
USC caught a nice little alley-oop. Yeah, got pushed in the back and everything.
BJ's ADHD is going to kick in every so often.
It's actually keeping me from interrupting you guys. You should be thankful for the tournament.
But Adam, you should be you should be in great spirits. I mean, Michigan is 1 win away from making it to the Final Four, man.
One win away from the Final Four against an 11 seeded UCLA team. So
the curse of Chris Webber hasn't hit yet. It's coming.
yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, I saw a stat yesterday that Juwan Howard has, been between a player and a coach. Every time that he's been able to make the tournament, he's made it, and he's gone to the Elite Eight every single time.
First coach to make it as a player and a coach to the final, to the Final Four also, Elite Eight also, yeah, which is impressive.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think that, but.
Yeah.
But I mean, most great coaches are not great players, and most great players are not great coaches, and that's what's made Howard just so unbelievable, is that he's been able to translate his game to a coaching style.
So
wait. Are you saying Juwan Howard's a great player?
I'm saying he was a solid player.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're saying great players and great coaches and whatnot. I'm just clarifying great for the audience. That's all.
No,
I mean, if you want to be technical,
solid.
Larry Bird did a good job as far as coach in the NBA. He was a phenomenal player.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just couldn't take that standing and sitting all the time. I think his back took him out of that chair more than his will.
Well, and Larry follows the principle that I think we should all follow, is don't do the same job for more than 5 years. Larry will flat out tell you that you're not supposed to do the same job for more than 5 years. And so he, once he was a coach, he was like, okay, I'm done with the coach. I want to be executive. He did that. And he was like, I'm done. I'm out. And that's just his personality. And there's nothing wrong with it. And he was great at what he did. I think he was the only one that's ever been MVP, coach of the year, and executive of the year.
Wow.
So, I mean, he knew what he was doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will say this, but speaking of great coaches and great players who don't understand what's going on, when I heard Kenny Smith and Charles Barkley tell me that the UCLA Alabama game was the best game of the tournament, I wanted to just scream at the TV, because it sure as hell was not.
It was ugly, but it was super competitive.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and they're still losing by 18. But
yeah, but they should have been doing that since the first quarter. They're just throwing alley-oops over the top of Gonzaga's defense, and they're really doing nothing about it.
Gonzaga doesn't care.
Apparently, Uncle Rico has no hops.
No, but when you watching the UCLA Alabama game, it was choppy. It was not fundamental. It was a lot of one-on-one. It was a lot of AAU ball.
Super competitive, though. Very competitive. You could feel that intensity. Like they were both struggling. Yeah, well, they were struggling together.
They were. that game should never have gone to overtime, because Alabama should be able to make a free throw.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at the numbers. Alabama was 11 for 25 at free throws. Okay, that's 44%. How bad is that?
That's DeAndre Jordan.
Shaq is 45%. They shot free throws worse than Shaq.
DeAndre Jordan level free throws.
I mean, that's how bad they are, and it cost them. And if I'm that Alabama coach, they don't leave that arena without making 200 in a row, and I don't care, because you got to remember this.
You're gonna have some rotator cuff surgery spikes in Alabama. Those boys are gonna be shooting. The SEC Player of the Year, Jones, is that his last name?
Yeah.
Boy, he was just like rifling them at the back of the rim. There was no arc to his jumper or whatever. He's like, get in there. Just
And I wonder how much of that was frustration, because he had those 2 quick fouls.
That's not how you take out frustration on the basketball court, throwing your free throws at the rim. Goodness. No, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I haven't watched him play much. It just looked – that was really rough to watch. It was just very competitive. That's the only reason I was able to watch it, is because they were in the struggle together.
Yeah. But not to sound like a homer, but the LSU-Michigan game, to me, was a much better game, because you didn't have wild swings. Neither team was up by double digits. It was very competitive back and forth, and it was close to the end. Yes, it didn't go to overtime. Oh, no.
Was that Sunday?
That was last Sunday, yes.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, to me, that was a better game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just because it went to overtime doesn't mean it's a great game. I've seen some horrible football games going to overtime, but it just is.
I felt like they got caught up in the fight like I did. It was just a very scrappy game, and those are fun to watch.
So,
it's definitely gonna be interesting. Now, Now, if let's say if Michigan wins, who do they play in the Final Four?
I believe they would play Baylor if they pull it out against UCLA tonight.
I think that'll be a solid game.
Yes.
Baylor and Michigan.
Mixed emotions in Baylor today.
Yeah.
You guys know what I'm talking about? Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
I heard their coach say something about COVID, but I don't know if that's what you're talking about.
No, the UConn and the women's tournament.
Oh yeah.
Baylor UConn. They slapped that girl's elbow and it wasn't called at the end of the game. The only consistent foul in basketball is touching a shooter's elbow.
Right.
Like that's the only consistent foul you're getting in basketball, other than like 3 seconds. I couldn't believe it. And like she's got multiple people touching her.
Yeah, I saw that. Matter of fact, I'm watching it right now.
My niece posted a post about it. She was quite upset about it. Said Baylor definitely should have won that game. They had a frozen shot of it with the girls just all over her elbow.
Yeah.
Well, and that goes back to the question is, do you want? Yes, a foul is a foul is a foul, whether it's in the first quarter or the fourth quarter. The officials very rarely will call that foul anyways, unless it's completely blatant, which it was.
If it's on the elbow, they're calling it, man. Like they don't like. That's the one thing that I've seen is they don't like you touching the elbow. You can poke them in the stomach, you can get close to them, you can do this, that, and the other, but that touching the elbow, you really, I don't know. That's one of the more consistent calls. I'm just surprised it wasn't called.
Now, is there any truth to the conspiracy that they wanted Gino as in the Final Four over Kim Mulkey?
I don't know about that. I don't know. It's not impossible.
Yeah.
I figure UConn's a better draw for sure.
Yeah, because I want to say this was UConn's 13th or 14th consecutive Final Four.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if you're going to be a team that gets that call, it's going to be that team. Now
you stole a moment from those Baylor girls though to upset the 13 to 14. You know what I mean? And something they earned. It's not like they were asking for you to give it to them. That's what's frustrating. Yeah. Mm. I know I sidetracked the whole conversation, but just when you said Baylor, the first thing that popped into my head was that girl getting fouled.
Yeah. No, it's all good. Yeah, I want to see Baylor do well. Obviously, they should have been on the death penalty for not only what they did in football, but also in basketball. So I'm glad they cleaned house and are doing better. But to me, you don't have a player killed, have the coach try to cover it up, and keep going. That's just me. It's just my opinion.
When did that take place? That was what?
That was early 2000s.
Early 2000s, yeah.
Yeah, if I remember right, one player killed the other, and the coach tried to cover it up because he wanted the player to keep playing.
Yep.
You want a killer in your locker room? Goddamn, golly!
Hey, look, the NBA had.
Where's Javaris Crittenton when you need him?
I was going to say Javaris Crittenton. Dude, what he got? 18 years, I think. What? 18 years? 18, 20? One of those. But yeah, he's done.
He's
insane.
Done.
Yeah. Come on.
Yep. So they actually they've got the bracket up now. Yep. And Michigan, if they win tonight, will play Gonzaga. So
I want you to win so bad. I want you to win so bad. Holy shit.
Oh man, just when you thought it can
no.
Oh man.
No, that's a big fat no.
Yeah. AK, you my boy, but again, I picked Gonzaga to win it all, so.
Well, misery loves company. Dorian has no college basketball team.
I don't.
But you know what?
Adam, come on over.
Yeah,
come on over to the dark side. Sulk with us.
Dorian's living in misery because he's lived through the Magic trade. So.
Oh man.
Why are you upset? Why? We've examined the tournament. We already know what's going to happen. We're hoping Michigan goes so we can watch Gonzaga dust them. What the hell is going on with the Magic? That trade was fantastic in my eyes.
No,
I agree.
Yeah, but it's like Vooch is I'm not gonna lie. It's more of a feeling thing because Vooch,
I knew you were butthurt. I knew you were butthurt.
I met Vooch, nice guy, nice to my kids, and it's like to see him go. It's like, damn, Vooch.
I love Vooch.
Yeah, AG, I'm like, okay, but Vooch, I expected him to at least like finish. I would like to see him finish out with the Magic.
Yeah, I'm a little upset about Vooch, but it was stagnant.
Yeah.
Gordon, they've been trying to get rid of for years. Yeah. I'm surprised they re-signed him 3 years ago, but they've been trying to get rid of him for years, and they finally got a taker, and I'm glad they did because he needed out. Fournier, he was a scorer, but he kind of topped out what he could do here in Orlando. I think they should have gotten more than 2 second-round picks for him.
Yeah.
But I'm not the GM. I think there was just like, sure, take him. The Vooch trade, I agree with you, Dorian. Vooch was, because he came over with the Dwight Howard trade. He grew up in Orlando, essentially. He became the player that he is now. And to see him go and play for another team is hard. But BJ's right. I mean, they needed to make those trades, and they needed to sell everybody because it was not working. Being on that treadmill. Yeah.
You ever live in an apartment complex where they got like the retention pond out back?
Yeah.
And like the mosquitoes are just fucking terrible around that place. So what you do is you put some aerators in it. The Magic finally put some aerators in the retention pond.
Yeah.
Let's get these skeeters out of here.
Yeah.
I love Vooch. I have a soft spot for AG. He's had 2 dunk contests stolen from him, but honestly, those are his only accolades. Like,
I agree.
Like I'll miss them sentimentally, but it's like, thank you for your service. We got to do something else. This is not going the right way. The only problem is I don't think we have the right people in charge to have any draft collateral. Like, you don't deserve it. You're gonna mess it up. You're gonna, like, we just know what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
we've already read this book.
Yeah, they're going to pick a bunch of guys who flame out. That we know how the story ends.
I smell a Brooks Thompson coming down the road. That's what Shaq needed. That made Shaq want to stay. Is Brooks Thompson? Yeah, that's great first round pick. Thanks.
I'm waiting for the next Fran Vasquez.
Oh, I was just gonna say that. Oh,
we're still waiting for the first Fran Vasquez.
Oh man, okay. So I was listening to someone. They were talking about, would Magic fans be happy if the DeVos family sold the team?
Yes,
the team
yes, absolutely. I might go to a game again.
Well,
I might buy a ticket.
BJ, we interrupted. We've talked about this. We interrupted. The second piece of that is if they move to Seattle.
I support them in Seattle as long as they turn their name to the Sonics.
Hey, they could literally bring back Sean Kemp.
Yeah,
he's got 2 connections, but one to the team and one to Seattle.
Cocaine concierge. Cocaine concierge. We'll get you skeeted in Seattle. Skeet.
But I mean,
that'll be the next Tom Hanks movie. Skeeted in Seattle. She left me. Now I'm skeeted.
I mean, yes, the Orlando area does love the Magic when they're good.
Yeah.
And they need a whole new roster, and now they've got the spots to do it. Because
you mean like entire roster, like from team president on down.
Just draft Gonzaga and just move them over here.
Mark Few said, no, I'll take my rain in Washington. Give me earthquakes and volcanoes and rain over that crap down there. No way, man. Like, we can't support the Magic. I don't know how anybody can support the Magic. I want our 5 viewers to boycott the Magic. Don't watch any games. Don't give them any money, like, until they sell the team or restock from the front office down.
Dude, I think the Lakeland Magic can beat the Orlando Magic right now.
Well, right now, I don't know the difference between the Lakeland Magic and the Orlando Magic. Because I think it's just a bunch of G League players that, hey, the Lakeland won the G League tournament, so just bring them on over.
Tournament side note, USC cut it to 19.
Oh, hey, Gonzaga still covered, so that's what matters.
Times 2.
But, and that's the thing, though. So Weltman and Hammond, they were just handicapped because no one wanted Gordon. No one wanted Fournier. People wanted Vooch, but they didn't know really kind of what to do with. And the contracts that Hennigan signed were just god-awful. So, I mean, now is their time to prove whether they need to stay or not. And if they hit on these draft picks, if they hit in free agency, great. If not, then if they sell the team and move to London, I wouldn't care.
Orlando does not deserve a pro franchise. It's just a fact. Like, they only show up when it's good. And I've been to playoff games where a quarter of the arena didn't show up until they were done drinking at whatever bar they were at. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's not like in LA, they're there for like everything.
Most professional teams are like that, though. Miami's like that. You go to a
Mm.
Heat game. If you watch a Heat game, even when LeBron was there, the first quarter was dead.
Yeah.
You know, Atlanta's the same way.
Mhm.
Charlotte's the same way. Now, granted, their teams are god awful. But unless it's a sports town, a traditional sports town, you're going to get that.
Yeah.
Bougie.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Bougie. I want to be the first one there.
Yeah.
Man.
And also too, like I went to a Miami Heat game back when LeBron was there, and also too, it's like you like the individuals who's coming in there, like all types from doctors, lawyers, you know, and it's like it's kind of like it starts from the court seats and then it starts to actually fill up from the back. So I thought it was kind of weird, but
Well, like I know we've been to a couple Magic games, and yeah, while the lower bowl kind of takes about the first quarter to fill up, the upper bowls are normally full. But what happens is you get there, and there's so much other stuff to do. Because like if
right.
you get there with the family, the kids want to go play in the ozone. You know, you
No,
want to.
this is about basketball, little kid. Get in the building. No. We can go to the circus where it's cheaper. Yeah. Get your ass in that seat. Get your ass in that $60 seat.
See, Dorian, you can tell BJ doesn't have kids.
Exactly.
I got nieces and nephews, and I can't wait.
Man, my
Yeah,
kids was all in the ozone, man.
Yeah, you try taking a 4-year-old to a Magic game and have him sit there for the entire game.
All
Oh,
my
no, that's
nieces
not
and
happening.
nephews are within like 3 years of each other. It's just be like a gaggle of kids at a Magic game.
Yeah, we actually got some free tickets through Bella's school. Last year when she was going to the face-to-face school, and they're
Mhm.
like, hey, as many tickets as you want, and take your family. So we took Bella, who was 8 at the time, and Yavin, who was 3, and we made it. We made it all the way through the third quarter. I don't know how.
So maybe that's why people show up at the end of the first quarter so their kids can handle the last 3 quarters.
Pretty much.
I would like to finish this game, son.
Yeah, I'm gonna give the credit to my wife for coming with like just a bag of snacks. Mommy, I want to go. Here's some candy.
They're listening. They're gonna strip search you next time you go. Rough down.
Oh man.
But
yeah.
yeah, I mean, and yes, we will see what the Magic do in the draft. Again, they'll probably blow it. I mean, they're like the Lions of the NBA. But
you said Magic and draft. I got a terrible taste in my mouth.
Oh.
Is it metallic when there's radiation around? Is that what you're supposed to be tasting when there's radiation?
Something like that.
Yeah,
but
something toxic.
But they had to do something because I mean the big name free agents were not going to come, and you can either build your team one of two ways: through the draft or through free agency. And you're not getting free agents to come here.
They don't. There's no way, and they've proven that they don't support the ones that do come here. You know what I mean? Like, so look at what the division like. They can't keep up with Miami. They're years away from Miami.
Yeah.
Because they got to get somebody to compete with Jimmy Butler first, and I don't know how that's going to happen.
No,
I think the word's out on the I think the word's out on the franchise. Exactly. The word's out on the franchise. They aren't playing to win. It's exactly what we think it is. I promise. They're just putting a product out there good enough to fool us into buying these stupid ass tickets.
I believe
it. And that's about a quarter of the NBA as it is now.
Yeah, I agree. It seems as if the Magic is trying to pull a page out of James Dolan and the Knicks book, but the thing about it is it's New York compared to Orlando.
Knicks don't even attempt to put it on a product though.
Well, because it doesn't matter. Spike Lee's going to be at the game no matter what, and and Billy Crystal's going to be. The people go there because it's the Knicks. It's like, hey, we're going to the Knicks game.
New York's its own brand. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like, I'm from New York. Like they just support. Hey, I'm from New York. So y'all kiss my ass. I'm from New York. No, I'm just saying, like it's like a brand. It's like Boston. Boston's a brand.
Boston.
Yeah, you better be careful those Boston guys.
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah. New York guys got a sense of humor. Like but like but it's like it's its own brand. So people still go because the Knicks are New York and the Giants are New York and the Jets are New York.
Yankees.
You kind of trailed off really quickly there.
because I was like making my point, and then I was losing it because the Jets are so garbage that I think it damages the brand of a city.
So true story. I was doing some errands over the weekend, and I had ESPN radio on, and Mel Kiper in his hair made a statement that I wanted to punch the radio. He was like, "Trust me, gosh darn it, Sam Darnold is a good quarterback."
That's the sword you want to die on, Mel? Is that what we want to do?
Todd McShay's waiting for him to take it. Yeah. Keep saying that. Yeah. Keep saying that. Go ahead. I'm not going to say it. You keep saying it.
I think the funniest rumor I heard was the Jets and a bunch of draft picks to Seattle for Sam Darnold because Pete Carroll wanted Sam Darnold. I was like, really? Did he? Does he want Sam Darnold?
Who was the guy who said that?
It was somebody on Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, it wasn't good. It was somebody who had like somewhat of a reputation. It's like this would be one of the best trades for the Seahawks.
Yeah, because I remember seeing that because I got the alert. It was like potential trade for Russell Wilson. I was like, what? So I pulled it up. It was like a 4-team trade and ended up like with Sam Darnold going to Seattle. I'm like, what the hell? And if you read the article, and this is the clickbait crap that is journalism now. It was like, this is a completely fake trade. I made this up. But like, what are we doing?
Controversy sells, man. They're just looking to say anything out there.
It was just a projection, but I just thought the projection was laughable. Like even to think like that would be a good trade.
Yeah.
Only if you're planning on Darnold being a spot holder for like 6 games until the college guy's going to be better than him, one of them.
No, I would, honestly, if I had my choice of Sam Darnold to be a bridge quarterback or Dorian, I would pay Dorian to be my bridge quarterback because at least he's not horrible.
Oh, can we don't revisit a whole lot of stuff. I think we should revisit something here while we got a break. So do we think the DeShaun Watson thing is a hustle? Do we think these girls are hustling him, or what have we learned? Because it's been a week. We've gained more lawsuits.
You've gained more accusations.
More accusations of slinging semen on people.
Yeah. Still no actual court filings.
No police department stuff.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I don't know. I can't put myself in the shoes, but I'm telling you, somebody does something like that to me, I'm telling the cops. I'll be like, he's over here slinging semen on people.
Yeah. I will say this, that a lot of people that are in those situations, they are scared to go to the cops for various reasons.
Various reasons. Understandable.
One, retribution. Other, and they're just embarrassed. And regardless
not
of
being believed.
Yeah. So
all that stuff, right.
So that whole like, well, why didn't they go to cops immediately? That's a bunch of bullshit. That's just victim shaming. We're not going there.
Right. No. I'm not saying immediately. I'm saying why hasn't, now that they've even obtained a lawyer, why hasn't something happened legally? Because if you're going to go this far to file public civil cases, why have you not filed the police report? That's what I'm saying.
And that's the thing. Like,
I'm not saying why didn't you. I just want to be clear. I'm not saying why didn't you rush to the police department as soon as it happened. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying if you're going this far, why has there been no police report filed?
Well, and I guess my question is, why has there been no court evidence filed? Why has the defense team not had the opportunity to perform discovery? Because that has to happen. Any case, whether it's civil or criminal, if the prosecution makes a charge, the defense has to know what that charge is, has to know what the evidence is, who the witnesses are, so they can perform discovery and build the case. The whole gotcha moments from Perry Mason and from TV, those don't exist.
Right.
So yes, I think it's up to 19 or 20 now. Some are more credible than others. I mean, we'll see how it pans out. I honestly don't know what to believe, because I want to believe that it's all made up, but I also want to believe the women. And I go back to every single time this comes up, it needs to be investigated thoroughly, regardless of who it is.
Right. But if it comes up that these accusations are false, it's time for a Salem witch hunt. It's like, you can't do that to people. That can't be allowed. Like you said, everything should be investigated fully, but you can't destroy somebody's career with when nothing happened.
Yeah. Well, and we talked about that, I think it was last week, where, if the accusations are true, then the perpetrator needs to be punished accordingly.
Yeah.
If the accusations are completely made up for malicious reasons, then those that filed them need to be punished accordingly.
And if I'm DeShaun Watson, I'm going full Dominion. I'm suing everybody involved.
Oh yeah.
Everybody. Everybody. Gonna send you right back to the strip joint. I'm suing the crap out of you.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I mean, all I know is it's completely like destroyed his value as an NFL player.
Right.
Either way.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah, either way, and it's going to take years to make that up. And again, if they are false, and I want to stress that if they are false, if they're completely made up, then whoever started this better just get the checkbook out and just give it to Sean and say, here, whatever you want, because it would have cost him probably over $100 million.
What if not more? What if they tie it back to the Texans? Would that not be like the craziest thing? That might be the craziest sports-related story of our lifetime, if that happens.
Yeah,
if true. If true.
Yeah.
Woo, that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that's I guess pretty conclusive. Again, we don't know a damn thing.
No, and unfortunately, I don't think we'll ever really know the truth.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. I mean, we'll hear his side. We'll hear her side. The truth is always somewhere in the middle.
Yep.
And then on top of that too, is like even speaking on this issue, if you're a man, you got to be careful because you have different women's movements are ready to jump down on you, and it's we don't know.
It's
a minefield that I to be
try
honest not to get into.
To be honest with you, I don't even want to talk about the movements. I don't just leave those movements alone.
Right. That's why I said movements.
Some of the most dangerous in America.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
on that note,
control alt delete on your whole life.
On that note, guys, just who won the trade deadline? Just to completely change the subject.
NBA.
Who won the trade deadline in the NBA?
Well, I don't know if we consider it's a trade deadline, but I know the Lakers picking up Andre Drummond is like huge.
Really? Does that really make them that much better of a team?
Not really.
Defensively, DeAndre Drummond is a mixture of a little bit of Dwight Howard and a little bit of JaVale McGee as far as defensive wise.
Yeah, in Detroit,
that can score. DeAndre Drummond can actually score, and that's the thing. Lately, I mean, unless you put AD at center, they didn't have a center that could score. They had centers that were serviceable. Now they have Andre Drummond that could come in and score, and he's a great offensive rebounder. And I think that's going to help the Lakers if they're healthy.
The problem with Drummond is you can't play him. Okay, you get him for defensive stops in the playoffs.
Right.
You cannot play him in the last half of the fourth quarter in the playoffs.
That is true, because they're going to do Hacker Drummond. And
you just cannot play him.
Right.
And so I don't think it pushes him over the edge. And honestly, I guess the question is, when is LeBron coming back?
When he needs to.
Yeah.
Just when he needs to. Probably no rush.
Yeah. But, okay, answer me this, guys. I was speaking to someone, and they were saying that, hey, the Lakers could be the 8th seed and still win the NBA
I don't like playing that game. I don't like playing that game.
No.
But I'm just saying, though, like, the thing is, okay.
The thing of turn it off and turn it on is like, that's good for individuals. Some individuals can do that, but you can't make a whole team do that.
Right, exactly. And also, too, it depends on, like, the Lakers playing Utah first round. I don't think that's going to be a sure thing that the Lakers are going to beat Utah.
Well, and here's the thing about being the 8th seed. It's not just that you have to play the 1 seed. It's that you have to play the 1 seed, and then you have to probably play the 4 seed on the road. And then you probably have to play the 2 seed on the road.
Right.
It builds on you. Yes, they might get by Utah. Okay, fine. But it's going to be a harder series than it really should have been earlier in the playoffs.
And heaven forbid you catch a 7-round series or something, a 7-game series, stretch it out and get drug out like that. That can be tough on your body.
Yeah, which I do think that if the Lakers were the 8th seed and they went up against Utah, I think it would go. My opinion, I think it would go 7 games. And plus, we don't know that if AD or LeBron will be healthy enough to be able to withstand a series like that.
Okay, I'm going to say this. So I'm just looking at the standings. They are 5 games out of the 7th seed, and that's important. I don't think there's a difference between 7 and 8 this year, but there's a huge difference between 6 and 7 because you don't have to play that play-in game.
Right. That's true.
And if they fall to 7, which they're not going to, but if they fall to 7, they're 1 game away from being completely out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Oh.
Poor things.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
That's not a LeBron thing. That's a super team thing. You could take the Nets out too, and I wouldn't even care.
Yeah.
Yeah. But speaking of the Nets, so let's say if something happens where the Lakers did play the Nets for the NBA Finals, would the Nets have the advantage? Because technically, they can move in the fourth quarter. They can move LaMarcus Aldridge to center.
I'm gonna say this: that
who's gonna guard Kyrie?
The moves of signing Griffin and Aldridge feel like panic moves. They feel like, oh my God, we've spent all this money and it's not working the way we thought. We've got to do something.
I don't know how it improves the offense because you slowed it down with Aldridge, and Griffin has been like a contributor, a fringe contributor for 2-3 years now.
Yeah, but did you think that they made the moves because they're thinking, okay, in the playoffs, it's not fast paced. It's that slow half court grind, free throw type of game.
Very well.
Tell it to the Warriors.
I mean, outside of the Warriors just an anomaly.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that helping. I can see that thought process. A couple
episodes we talked about it.
That's a logical thought process. Slow it down with LaMarcus and get him in there and run some half court offense. But
that's the thing, though. If that's what they're thinking, hey, let's get LaMarcus in here. Let's get Blake in here. We'll, they'll be good for the playoffs. We can slow it down. Can Kyrie play that game? Can James Harden play in a half court?
Is Blake that much better than a guy, a few years younger than him? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So many question marks.
And that's why I'm saying it felt like a panic move. Yeah. It felt like, oh my God, we've got to get somebody in here because this is not turning out the way we thought it was going to.
They should have full court press for Andre Drummond is what they should have been. They would have hurt the Lakers and helped themselves.
Well, I read that they were, but then they received word that, LeBron and his camp was pretty much going after Drummond. They was like, you know what, fuck it. Let's get somebody else.
What happened? Because I thought Aldridge was supposed to go to Miami.
Right.
That was what all the reports were.
Yeah. For some reason, Aldridge was supposed to go to Miami. Initially, Brooklyn was going after Andre Drummond, and it looked like he was going to end up joining the Nets. But I read something in Reddit that LeBron's camp reached out to Drummond, and that's when everything started shifting. I won't be surprised if KD probably reached out to LaMarcus Aldridge again. They didn't play together at the same time, but they both, or did they? They both went to Texas, so maybe he had that Texas connection. Hey man, we can come with a championship.
That sounds like something that Rick Barnes would fuck up. I got Aldridge and KD, and I can't get out of this Sweet 16.
So that could be it too. But I do think that for a series, I think Kyrie can play a half court game for a series.
I saw a thing where
KD, a series of passes.
KD challenged Michael Rappaport to a fight. in DMs, Michael Rappaport posted them on Twitter. It was crazy as hell.
Well, and BJ, you called that earlier is
so
KD is the softest superstar that I've ever seen in the NBA.
And I don't even mean physically soft, because with a reach like that, he better be able to whip my ass. I'm talking about mentally soft. Man,
bro,
don't let me
have
start
you seen KD's body? KD's body is it's like my 7-year-old, bro.
I don't care. He's got 2 broomsticks. He's got 2 broomsticks connected, sticking out from his shoulder. If they poke, he can hit you with them. It's like 8 feet arms, just whack whack.
And I'm sure you guys are just like me. We take crap all day from different people at work, whether it's our bosses, whether it's clients, whatever. We've got to be able to sit back and take it whether we know they're right or not.
Absolutely.
The part of the job, part of any job really, is taking criticism. And he just can't do it at all.
Right. and also too with I think with KD, his issue about the criticism is that I think that someone must have told him that, hey, when you're great, like no one's supposed to talk bad about you, because he goes after everybody, like any and everybody.
The thing is
and someone taught him wrong.
Michael Jordan and Charles Barkley didn't have to deal with Twitter. If they had to deal with Twitter, there's somebody out there talking shit to Michael Jordan every day. The internet is stupid.
Yeah, do you know what would happen if some dipshit was on Twitter talking shit about Jordan? He would have dropped 50 a night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would have never picked his phone up.
Yeah.
Somebody would have told him about that.
Yep.
But I'm going to answer my own question. I think Miami won the trade deadline. I really, really like the pickup of Oladipo.
And they got rid of who? Duncan Robinson, I think it was.
No, they still have Duncan.
They
still have Duncan Robinson.
Oh, okay.
They still have Dragic. They still have Robinson. They still have Jimmy Butler. They still have Bam. Now they have Oladipo. And they still have Hero.
But I figured that they would get somebody like some more bulk, because again, I like Adebayo. I think he's an exceptional athlete, but like Miami going up against Brooklyn or going up against another team. Matter of fact, is there another team in the East that has bulk outside of Brooklyn? I don't think so.
I mean, let's just run through it real quick. I mean, Milwaukee doesn't. Philly, I mean, because they have Embiid.
Yeah. Close.
So I mean, Charlotte doesn't have bulk. The Knicks. How are the Knicks number 5? What did I miss? The Magic suck and the Knicks are in the playoffs. What the hell has happened?
Julius Randle. That's all I gotta say.
James Dolan is greater than the DeVos family. Isn't that terrible?
Oh,
yeah. The DeVos family has the Trump stink on it.
How do you feel about that? Smell like a hot fish market.
So you think it's the Trump curse that I'm not gonna go there.
Everything Trump touches dies. So
man, man, I'm like, don't say anything, dude.
Just keep it moving. It's not time for his rant yet. We gotta wait for another hour.
He's turning right over there.
Yeah, all I got is one-liners. Half of them will get me like banned from the show by you guys, most likely.
No, but Dorian, right? You're right. I mean, Julius Randle has turned it around. R.J. Barrett has done well in New York.
Does Ivanka have kids?
Yeah.
Well, then not everything Trump touches dies.
No, not yet.
No, she was able to have kids.
Ooh.
You couldn't help yourself. DJ's like, archives, fuck it.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. Fuck it.
No, but Dorian, to your point, there really isn't anyone that's got bulk in the East other than Brooklyn now with Aldridge. The problem is I can see Dragic just running circles around Brooklyn in the playoffs if they meet.
Because thing is, he's gonna. I don't know about running circles. I think he'll be successful. It's just that he's gonna have to guard either Kyrie or James Harden. Like, pick your poison. That's the thing.
Okay, well, I mean, let's think this through though. So they'll put
stand next to James Harden.
Yeah. They'll put Butler on probably Kyrie. They'll put Oladipo on Harden.
Well, who's gonna guard
KD?
Group sniper.
No one. I mean,
burner account sniper. Charmin sniper.
Because I would think that they would put Jimmy Butler on KD and be as physical with him as possible.
I like the whole strategy. Let KD get what he gets, or let James get what he gets, and then attempt to shut everybody else down.
Yeah, and I think you're onto something. I think you're right. I think you put Butler on KD, let James kind of get his ego inflated, and let him
cook the sauce. Just let him do whatever he wants to do.
Yep. And then let his mind wander because he chokes in the playoffs.
Yeah. because you know,
Garbage.
Jimmy Butler would give KD, you know, some type of competitive.
Yeah, he's not going to shut him down. You're not
right.
shutting down Durant. That's just impossible.
Right.
Are you going to wear Jimmy out on the offensive end by having him guard KD though?
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh.
That'd take your legs from you, guarding shooters all night.
Yeah. But
let's hold on now. Okay, so let's think about this. You know, I mean, me and my head coaching NBA experience. So you put Butler on KD, you let Harden do whatever he wants. Well, if Harden's doing whatever he wants, there's not going to be much movement. Because with Harden's if he brings the ball up and he's doing his thing, he's going to have the ball for 15, 16 seconds into the shot clock as it is.
Right.
Because that's his game. And again, if you just let him do whatever he wants, he'll naturally screw it up anyway.
Not a James Harden fan. Adam is not a James Harden fan.
No, I am not a James Harden fan. That is a true statement.
Yeah. But
are you not a fan of dribbling?
I am not a fan of only dribbling, which is, again, why I didn't like the Alabama-UCLA game.
Are you not a fan of free throws?
Not when that's your entire game. Might as well just be Paul Pierce.
And traveling backwards twice to take a jump shot.
Mm-hmm.
So you've mentioned Paul Pierce and LeBron.
Yeah, I don't like the man.
Yeah. I mean, it would be tough for them either way, because even if you let James Harden cook, you still have to think about, okay, you know, him, because I did see a couple of games where he got Joe Harris involved.
The problem is we're talking about people that can't be stopped. So you can say let James Harden do whatever, but can you really shut KD down? Because he can shoot right over the top of Jimmy. Jimmy's 6'7".
Yeah, I mean that's the problem. Is KD can shoot over anyone.
And then Kyrie, what are you going to do to Kyrie? You can't lock Kyrie up. The only person that locks Kyrie up is Kyrie.
Yeah, literally.
Just walk around and have have a syringe that hits a COVID vaccine. Chase him around all day.
No, chase him around with a globe. It's not a basketball, Kyrie. It's the earth.
It's all fake news.
Yeah.
That's where bringing Aldridge in, I think, hurts that team, because BJ, you're right. Harden's game is drive, try to get free throws, try to get
not a 7-footer clogging up the lane so he can't do it.
Exactly.
Right. Me personally, just my opinion. I think that Aldridge move was a playoff move. That's what I think. I think they're thinking past everyone say, okay,
two of your top three options are penetrators.
Yeah.
That's what he's. I get. That's what I'm sorry. I interrupted you, but that's why I get what he's saying is because two of the top three options are penetrators.
Yeah.
Like you're kind of forcing the ball into KD's hands just by clogging up the lane a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Griffin, I mean, he's not his normal self. He finally had a dunk this year when he got with the Nets. He finally got a dunk.
Yeah, he's tried. He really tried. Did you watch that dunk?
No.
He stretched out. He was like,
you think his knee shot
a couple times. Like I think he's had a few procedures on that knee.
Well, he had a procedure his rookie year. Don't forget, he was delayed a year because he blew out his knee in the preseason.
I remember that dunk.
So he's probably rubbing cartilage right now, if there's any cartilage there. With the way it looks like he stretched for that dunk.
Yeah,
it's my height.
Yeah, it was like a ceremonial thing. Like here I am.
It almost, like I said, I didn't see it, but it almost kind of seems like he did it just to show that he could still do it.
If you got the hands for it, stick with the tomahawk. You can reach higher with one hand than you can two hands. Like it looks better.
True.
So just if you got the hands for it, throw down the one hander. It'll make you look longer and higher and everything. So that two-hand dunk looked like you were straining.
He may have been.
He looked like he fell out of his chair and was dunking into a trash can.
Hey, that's my move.
Yeah, I know. I felt bad for him because I like Blake.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to be dangerous when he developed a jump shot. Unfortunately, that never happened.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be quite interesting. But okay, so before we move on to another topic, are there any dark horses in both conferences that could go to the NBA Finals besides the Nets and the Lakers?
Does Houston count? I mean, the number one seed, do they count as a dark horse?
Are you talking about the NBA?
Not
playoffs?
Houston. I'm sorry, Utah. This Utah count.
I mean, because LeBron or KD's not on, I guess you'd call him a dark horse.
Yeah. So you say Utah?
If I was to pick a team other than the Lakers and the Nets, I'm picking Utah. Again, I like Donovan Mitchell's game. I like Gobert. I like the fact that he doesn't need to score to be into the game. Yeah. I like the fact that they've been able to bring Conley back in. So yeah. I really like the way that team is playing.
Who you say, BJ?
I don't like the dark horse theory this season. The way free agency and the draft, the trade deadline set up, it just kind of set up for like a Brooklyn, LA thing.
Yeah, but even still, so like,
you think
LeBron,
you think Giannis has got enough to slide by the Nets? He's not equipped. Yeah. That team's not equipped for that.
I don't think that team can beat the Sixers.
That's what I'm saying. We haven't even talked about the Sixers. Right. I don't know how you beat Kyrie, KD, and James Harden in a 7-game series if they're healthy on the floor together. How do you do that?
Well, yeah. I guess the key point is if they're healthy together.
Yeah, they don't have to play defense. You can't get the buckets they get.
Yeah.
You can't.
You got a point.
All they got to do is hit the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so it would take an injury.
3 of them are capable of doing it. I mean, you don't want to say never, but it just looks like it. That's how do you stop that offense?
I think the only way to stop that offense is if they stop themselves.
That's right.
We've talked about it, that Aldridge and Griffin are going to clog up the lane. They're going to bring people in there, and 2 of your top 3 scoring options are slashers. And so I don't think a team's going to stop them other than they stop themselves.
All right, this is the portion of the show where Adam disappears, guys. Sorry.
So for those of you who are listening, we are recording this on Tuesday night, and so it's the Michigan UCLA game is about to tip off. So if I start looking and get distracted, it's just my ADD kicking in and watching the game over here.
Dorian, we got to ask him a lot of questions when he's distracted, so he has to, because then he'll have a shit ton to edit. He'll be like, there's gonna be a whole lot of huh?
Huh? What? Huh? So I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Were you guys talking to me?
Like, hey, Adam, how long have you been an Ohio State fan? What?
Oh, what?
The whole life.
Ohio State? No, shut the fuck up! I'm trying to watch this free throw. Big shots.
No. He bought one of those jerseys from Terrell Pryor.
Burn in effigy. But talking about trades, the Dolphins were busy.
The NFL tried to NBA for a little bit there. It was kind of nice. It was kind of nice. They didn't pull the multi-team trade, but they did 2 separate ones. It was kind of nice. Good job, guys.
I really like it, and I really like what San Francisco is doing. It's like, hey, point star Jimmy, there's the door. You can leave now.
So where does he go though? Because I don't know if the Patriots are interested in bringing him in.
I wonder if that porn star he's dating got an extra bedroom or something.
He might need it because
might need it.
Yeah, you know what?
If I say her name, does that say a lot about me? No, I'm not even gonna go there. Whatever.
Hell yeah, it does. I don't know her name.
I won't say her name. Kara Murray.
You've been exposed.
So I think where he goes, honestly, to the New York Jets.
Really?
Because it'd be an upgrade over what they have.
Yeah.
Says who?
You think that Sam Darnold's better than Jimmy G?
Bet you it's a toss-up.
Ooh,
that's a toss-up. One's got an Italian last name in New York City. That's why. That's the only reason to work better. Other than that, nope.
But if I'm the Jets and I'm bringing in,
you think Sam Darnold would have got the 49ers further in the playoffs?
Well, he got them to the Super Bowl.
Well,
Garoppolo got the 49ers.
You think Sam Darnold's winning the Super Bowl?
No.
And by the way, that defense got them to the Super Bowl.
Oh yes,
yes. So let's just call it and see it, guys.
Again, they employed the "don't fuck this up" mentality with Garoppolo.
Yeah. And those running backs helped them out a lot too.
Yes.
with Breida
absolutely.
and Mostert and what Tevin Williams? I forgot the guy named Tevin something. But anyway,
Coleman.
yeah, Tevin Coleman. That's his name. Yeah, but yeah, they helped him out tremendously.
But let me ask you this: if you're drafting a rookie quarterback in this draft, okay, you either start him week 1 or you need a quarterback to kind of as a holding spot until the rookie is ready. Do you want that to be Sam Darnold or do you want that to be Jimmy Garoppolo?
I want it to be neither one because I want my draft pick to be as low as possible as I can next year also. So if we're going to go down this road and if we're going to draft a quarterback, we might as well sit him, bring in what's Josh McCown doing? Bring him in there, let him. No,
you want to just go get Vinny Testaverde out of retirement?
I don't care as long as it doesn't beat up the guy I drafted. Try to get him another draft pick, maybe pair him with a wide receiver, or add to the defense.
So you're saying you build around your cornerstone. You don't,
and maybe let him sit so he doesn't get sacked 50 times this year and lose his confidence. That's an idea also.
And maybe draft an offensive line, possibly.
Oh, you're going too far now. Quit using common sense.
that doesn't work in the NFL.
It doesn't work in this world anymore. You're an outcast. You are a pariah.
Yes, well, that is true.
Yeah, but I don't think the 49ers has that type of time. I think they're in like, John Lynch, you better get this shit right.
John Lynch is not that kind of trouble. He's drafted pretty good. The Jimmy G thing's not looking good though.
Okay, no. John Lynch is not on the hot seat.
No. I'm not saying he's on a hot seat. I'm saying
that's what you made it sound. But
yeah, that's how I took it. I took it like he's under pressure.
They've made these moves so they could be able to at least win within the next, like either this year or next year.
Right, but okay, let's look at it this way: if they traded for Aaron Rodgers, where would that team be?
Oh, they probably pick them to meet
in the playoffs.
They will pick them to meet the Bucks in the NFC Championship.
Okay, so John Lynch has built a roster. Then that's what we're saying.
Yes.
John Lynch has built a roster. He gambled on the wrong quarterback. That's fixable. I don't think anybody's mad at John.
Right.
If I was a 49er fan, I would have no ill will towards him whatsoever. I'd be like, hey, just fix Garoppolo and we're good.
Yeah. Just bring in somebody competent and you're good.
Yeah. Somebody who doesn't bone the porn stars that Dorian knows.
Whatever, man. I'm sure you know her until you probably say her name. What?
No, bro. I was gonna try too. I was gonna be like, "Hey, I'm the single no kid guy here. I should know this girl's name." I'm like, no, Dorian came up with it.
No, see, the thing is, if DJ doesn't watch the actual movies, he just watches the clips on that he can Google for free. So,
the accuracy. Adam, you look like a Native American. You're so red. That's going to get us kicked off somewhere. Does it matter that my dad looks like that and he's Native American? Can I get away with it because of that? Adam's going to die over here.
Oh, man. Dorian's gone.
I can see.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. I'm glad my wife to listen to this show, man.
No. You be cooking dinner by yourself. For yourself. You got a nice couch?
Yeah, it's pretty comfortable.
Yeah, that's
good. There occasionally.
Yeah, but so you've been there a couple times. Trying to go right back. Miss Lisa Marie, whatever the hell her name is.
It's Kira Marie.
Hey, one more time.
I knew that from reading. I read.
Yeah. You read the articles.
Reading those titties. Yeah, there he goes.
Archives.
No. Nope. We're just talking about titties. We can talk about titties.
So to bring Dorian back into reality before he completely loses his mind, I want people to stop with the Mac Jones stuff because he's not that good.
I saw a video of Bill Belichick watching him with a very unhappy face. Like, you brought me here for this?
I saw that.
Where's Devontae Smith? And is there somebody that can throw to him?
Exactly. Who's the backup?
Yeah, that overthrow. Belichick was like, no.
I got that.
Yeah.
I just resigned Cam. I got that.
No. Cam goes the other way. He can't overthrow. So
But still, you're going to see a lot of quick screens to Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry this year.
You better watch out, Dad. Cam's going to come around there asking where our dad is.
Oh,
Adam's still suffering from the porn stuff over here. You need a glass of water and an aspirin, my friend. We're 40 now. You can't fuck around with this.
Yeah, and I saw something like, well, Justin Fields ran the fastest of a quarterback since Robert Griffin III. Okay.
Don't say that.
Don't say that.
Don't say that, because I was excited when Robert Griffin ran that 40. I was like, ooh, all right, here we go. And then that happened.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Do you think he was ascending up until his injury, or is it something to where he was getting lucky?
I think he was ascending, and I think he probably would have had a good second and third year had Haloti not blown out his knee. Because not only did that screw him up physically, but it screwed him up mentally as well, because he didn't want to run.
Yeah.
And, like, he wanted to force himself to be a pocket passer, and he wanted to show that he could do it instead of gradually kind of going the Russell Wilson route and just doing it.
Oh, I gotta say this. So Stephen A. just said that the Patriots and the Niners should do a swap.
Stephen A.'s full of shit.
Send Cam to the 49ers and send Jimmy G to the Patriots.
For what? For what?
He said they should be a straight up trade. Is what he just said.
He said,
wow,
that's like swapping dumpsters. like they're both green. They both got the black plastic lids. This one's just different.
Wow, I can't believe you just said that.
Again, this podcast
I can, because you know why? Because people click on it.
Yeah, you click on it. Yeah, you said that.
Well, I mean, I didn't say it for that. I would have said it if we were just at a bar too, though. So I just want you to know that. Would I have said it if Cam was around? Probably not.
Yeah,
we're just gonna be honest about that.
Yeah,
but no. I mean,
I don't know. A couple beers, there's no telling.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, it doesn't gain you anything.
No, that's a terrible trade.
Yeah, because you trade to get something back, whether it's draft picks, whether it's cap space, but trading Jimmy G for Cam doesn't get either team anything.
That's like one of those promotions at work where you get more, like, no more money, just different responsibilities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations, you got a 50-cent raise. Problem is to put you in a different tax bracket and you make less money. Like, no.
And I need you to do 2 things more a week than you were doing before.
No, we're not playing this game.
No. They're pushing for this $15 minimum wage. You keep fucking with me, I'll leave. Like, might be able to float on that for a couple of weeks till I figure this out.
Oh yeah. Oh shoot. So
I'm cramping over here.
Yeah.
Dehydrated. It's getting hot, guys.
But I saw a mock draft on NFL.com that the first 4 picks were
Did you say toilet paper?
Yes.
Okay, I just make sure I thought you said toilet paper.
Yeah, but they're projecting the first 4 picks in the draft to be quarterbacks.
Who was this? Yahoo or something?
This was NFL.com. This was whoever they got replacing Mayock.
Wow.
These mock drafts, man. I want to know how much money is generated by mock drafts. That's the real question. Because I'm going to tell you, not going to lie, until I figured out the hustle a couple of years ago, I used to look at all those mock drafts.
Yeah.
And they were all different. And none of them came true.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this, that there are people that will bet on the NFL draft, on who goes where, who gets the right people in the right slots, regardless of trades or anything.
You could almost be sure those are also people that are dealing with a gambling addiction, because that is like one of the wildest things to bet on. Like, I mean, like, a trade could happen at any minute. Like, it's just, I don't know. That's one of the wildest things to bet on. Somebody could not even be at the spot that you picked. Like, I don't know.
No, I've seen them do it, and I'm like, and yeah, you're 100%. They have a problem. They need to call 1-800-ADMIT IT.
That's a scary problem. A gambling problem.
Yeah, man. It is.
Yeah, I like what Charles Barkley said one time. They were like, "Do you have a gambling problem?" No, I pay my bills. I have a gambling addiction. I don't have a problem.
Not a problem. Hey, nobody cares as long as you know, Chuck.
Oh,
But yeah, I mean, so I mean, they were saying that it was going to be Lawrence, Lance, the kid from BYU, and then it was Fields was going fourth. I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Got you to click on it. You read
Yeah.
it. You gave them like a 1/10 of a cent.
Yeah. And
You're a
it's just,
bastard. You're
yeah,
part of the
it's all
system.
my fault.
You're
It's all
part
my
of the
fault.
machine.
It's
You're
all my
part
fault.
of the machine.
Yep.
Golly, Adam, feeding the machine.
Yeah.
No, I
was,
just.
Oh, what a. Oh yeah, that was.
I was bad about it too, Adam. Though I would always click on those mock drafts, and then I just realized that they don't know a damn thing.
No, they don't.
Because why would Stephen Jones tell them what they're going to draft when all their job is to leak other information to obtain more information?
Well, I think I forget who it was. I want to say it was Mortensen on ESPN. It was somebody. They said that it's all the lying season. The entire point is to leak
Yes.
stuff to the NFL to
Yes.
get other teams to think that you're picking someone.
Yes,
so
to
that,
leave somebody on the board or take somebody else or
Yep.
something. Move
Yep.
up, force a move.
Yep. So yeah, I don't think that, I believe it's the Jets that are picking fourth. They're probably not going to pick Fields, but maybe the team that's picking seventh wants to pick Fields, and then they want to trade up to the Jets. Yeah, and that's all this is.
We should write this down. We should write these people down and score them.
Well, and we've talked about this before. It's accountability and responsibility. They're not held accountable. If their mock drafts are crap, who cares?
That's what we're doing this year, folks. We are going to take the last mock drafts from all the major analysts, and we're gonna cross check them. That's damn it. I just put something on our plate, guys. There we go.
Oh, I've got homework now.
we have homework.
Yeah.
I figure there's 6 morons out there. We could take 2 apiece and cross check them.
Yeah.
By the way, we're morons too. We're just pointing out that they are also.
Oh, I completely agree. I'm a complete idiot, but yeah, I can I volunteer to take Hyper's draft?
I don't mind being a paid moron.
Yeah.
Because
they're paid morons. We are unpaid morons.
Yes.
See, here's the thing though. We don't necessarily do things just to get paid. Like they kind of do things just to get paid.
Yeah.
Well, and going back to Stephen A. Smith as an example, he said that because it got clicks.
Yes. I say outrageous things because I'm slightly off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's completely different. Dorian says outrageous things because he's delusional and in complete and total denial about his sports teams. Adam's a Michigan fan. Fuck Adam.
I'm just in purgatory. But yeah, Stephen A. Smith will say things because it'll get you to click on the YouTube click. It'll get you to click on the link within ESPN.com itself, and every little click is ad revenue, because especially with a video, you get the little ad that plays before it. Which, by the way, if you've got a 30-second video, don't put a 15-second ad in front of it. Let's just stop this now.
I will bail so quick on your shitty little ads. I've missed so many videos I wanted to see, or I'll go look them up on YouTube and watch their 5-second ad. Workaround.
But that's all this is, and they're
Is that what we're headed for? Am I going to be thinking of outlandish shit to say throughout the day, and then I'm just going to put outlandish shit on the Facebook page, and people are going to click it and fight, and then we're going to get 30 cents?
Well,
yes.
Greg McElroy says that he would pick Mac Jones #1 overall in the draft.
Greg McElroy is not allowed to talk about NFL quarterbacks. He's not qualified. He's a college quarterback. Shut up.
And didn't he play for college team?
He knows as much about starting an NFL game as I do.
And didn't he play for a college team even though he was drafted?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
because he played for the Jets. So I mean, that's the closest thing.
He did play for the Jets. Oh, hold on. Okay, he was drafted by the Jets. Was that the only team he played for? Because I think he was cut after 1 year or something like that. He got hurt and then he didn't play again.
What happened to the Saints? Not the Saints. Where did I think I saw him? The Chiefs. Wasn't he with the Chiefs for a bit?
Let's look this up.
You gotta have me looking stuff up.
I'm going with Chiefs for the win.
Greg McElroy.
Who are the Chiefs? I just jeopardied it.
He played. Oh, yep. He was drafted by the Jets, 7th round of 2011,
and played for the Chiefs.
And he played. No, he did not play for the Chiefs.
Who's the Alabama quarterback played for the Chiefs? AJ McCarron played for the Bengals.
So did McElroy.
McElroy played for the Bengals too.
Well, he was on the practice squad.
Is it John Parker Wilson?
Probably. That sounds about right.
He was on that MTV show about Hoover, wasn't he? About the Hoover football program. That's where I know that name from. That Russ Probst is in trouble at Valdosta.
Oh no! You're talking about Brody Croyle.
Ah, that's it.
They're all the same. It's all the same guy.
Insert Southern white guy here.
I'm really starting to think that it's the same dude. They just claim that it's a different name, so he just has different eligibility because it's the same guy every single year.
Yep. I'm looking at Alabama quarterbacks. Like,
why?
I'm just fast. I'm just trying to figure out, like,
what was the last Alabama quarterback go to the Super Bowl?
Chad Henne. No, he went to Michigan.
Joe Namath.
Oh, yeah,
you're really holding on to that Chad Henne thing. Like, that's something fucking to be proud of. See, I've been trying not to cuss so much today, then you do some stupid shit like that. Chad Henne.
All right. So they had AJ McCarron, John Parker Wilson, Brody Croyle, Blake Sims. What happened to him? Didn't he convert to like wide receiver when he went to the NFL or something?
Why are you talking about stuff nobody gives a shit about? Nobody cares about Alabama quarterbacks.
Though, it's just interesting.
The lineage of a garbage that has come since Joe Namath.
But my thing is, so where does the drop off come from? Yes, they have excellent receivers, but it's like, are they like how did Nick Saban be able to get them to?
Let me ask you something.
Tape to come back in the
if the Leesburg Jackets were all 6'5" and up, would y'all work so damn hard?
No.
Okay, it's a little easier when you got the better talent. You know what I mean? I don't think the quarterback position. What are they, like 2 read guys, maybe at best?
Yeah, and it's really good to look good in college when you have all the weapons and that massive offensive line point of view.
All the weapons. You could split their wide receiver core up, and you'd have 3 separate starters on 3 different teams in the SEC.
Okay, so that begs the point, the question. So, is there a difference with Tua?
No.
He's got more physical talent. He doesn't have the ability to read the defense because he's never had to.
Who gets pulled out? What player gets pulled out in the 4th quarter of any game? This isn't basketball. You don't Andre Drummond him. You don't Shaq him. Oh, he's going to fuck up the game. I'm going to put my quarterback on the bench.
So you think
but see, we're talking about Alabama too, but name the last quarterback from Ohio State that was good in the NFL.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You don't have one.
No, I can tell you the last guy who played quarterback at Ohio State that had a lengthy NFL career.
Jeff Hostetler?
No.
Who?
Tom Tupa.
Good punter. Great punter.
That's my point.
Great punter. He played a little quarterback for Parcells when somebody went down. There's video of it online. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's pretty funny.
Really?
He did okay.
Yeah.
Multi-talented punter.
So what you're saying, Adam, is that the best quarterbacks out of the Big Ten come from Michigan.
But what he's saying is,
what I'm saying is,
Ohio State had a punter that was better than most of Michigan's quarterbacks.
No, what I'm saying is that some schools just do not produce quarterbacks.
Yeah,
and you can't. I don't know. I don't think there's a quarterback hotspot either.
No,
there is. They pop up randomly.
Okay. So let's talk about it. So Michigan. So what are the notable quarterbacks from Michigan? Though? All right, Tom Brady and Brian Griese, right?
Okay, so the
That's a
NFL
stretch.
quarterbacks that have come from Michigan are Tom Brady, Everett Gerbach, Chad Henne again, um,
Adam,
Brian Griese.
there's
Brian Griese.
You have some Chad Henne on your chin.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my Chad Henne jersey. But those are the NFL quarterbacks that have come from Michigan. But
He's cute.
yeah, but like Purdue's had, Kyle Orton, Drew Brees. Okay, that's pretty much it. California has had Aaron Rodgers. That's it.
Stanford's had Luck and Elway.
Yeah, Stanford had Elway and Luck. Yep, you're right. Oklahoma's had a few good ones come through. Yeah.
So what? Okay, so Oklahoma, Mayfield,
Murray,
and there was another one too.
Bradford.
You're still not going to name a university with more than 2 good NFL quarterbacks.
No, you're not.
Like 2's the limit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we just named one with 3. They had 3. I know Michigan technically had 4.
I said good quarterbacks.
Oklahoma. I mean, Sam Bradford was okay. I mean, he was good coming out. Like he was all right. I mean, he wasn't terrible.
Right, but Alabama's quarterbacks are good coming out too. It's when they get there the problems start.
Right. So, but Sam Bradford didn't start declining until he got hurt.
Sam Bradford was in a unique situation in Minnesota where they needed a damn quarterback.
Yeah,
he could throw it farther than anybody else on the roster. That's what he got lucky with.
That's true.
But even the schools you think of quarterbacks, like Florida, like their quarterbacks are crap in the
crap in the NFL. Crap.
Yeah.
Like,
garbage.
Like terrible.
Cam Newton is the best pro Florida quarterback.
Hey, Sexy Rexy made it to the Super Bowl. So
Rex, bro, they call Rex the Hex, baby.
No, I went to a Florida game when Florida was playing Miami when Rex was there, and they got roasted.
Hey, Rex Grossman was like, well, if it's not there, fuck it, I'll throw it long.
Hey, I at least appreciate that. At least he didn't throw it to the bench. He's like, we're going downfield, baby.
All right, so Georgia, I don't think outside of
garbage.
Yeah, no one.
Garbage.
I mean, Clemson got 2, but
one may not be.
Let that one go.
See, Dorian's projecting already.
I mean, they had more than Syracuse, so I mean, what Syracuse outside of Donovan McNabb, who else do they have for quarterback?
They don't have pro quarterbacks. I'm not talking shit about that. I'm talking about Clemson might not have but one.
They're going to have 2. They're going to have 2. Let's just
no, you're not looking at this right. You're not looking at this right. I'm not talking about Sunshine's garbage ass. I'm talking about DeShaun Watson.
We're going to have
I'm talking about all Skeet
We're going to have
put away. I'm talking about all Skeet being put away.
No, Dorian, calm down. What he's saying is
DeShaun Watson might be
he might not get a second contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for what he came in and did, like he was successful. I mean, he may not be able to finish it out, but at least when he came in, like he was,
okay. Are you saying that Michael Vick was a successful quarterback?
I mean, he stayed in the league for what, at least 10 years, didn't he? What from he got drafted 2000? What was it? 2001. Michael Vick, and he retired like in 2013, 2014, something like that.
Something like that. But don't forget there was a slight break in there for a reason.
Yeah, but still, at least he was able to come back, and then he played okay. Well, what I'm saying is a school that at least has more than 2 quarterbacks that came and played at least either 5 to 10 years in the NFL or had a pretty,
yeah. I mean, if you want to do this, name a school that has had 3 quarterbacks that have signed their second contract with the same team in the NFL.
Oh,
there you go.
I don't think there's one.
Yeah.
There you go.
And I think that proves our point. It's like there are no quarterback factors anymore. There are schools that I would be hesitant to draft quarterbacks from, but I don't think there's a quarterback factor anymore.
Yeah. University of Miami. Garbage ass quarterback.
He's so bad.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't even want to go to the NFL this year.
Look, I know what I am.
I don't want to get exposed.
I mean, they would just turn him into another Darren Sproles type person. But he's fast.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's what Michigan should have done with D-Rob. In all seriousness, that they should have had Denard Robinson out at wide receiver or running back, had Gardner at quarterback, and just gone with that. When Robinson was there. But
old shoelace.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, I can't even think of a team of a school now that has more than one quarterback starting in the NFL.
Yeah, I'm trying to think too. I'm actually looking it up. I don't see. I mean, would you count USC? I mean, okay, they had Carson Palmer.
Okay, one.
I mean, butt fumble. I can't count. Well, he played for 6 years, right? Well, I think he played 6 years in the league. Butt fumble.
Yeah,
Sanchez, by the way.
Yeah. He played for a while, but I said good quarterbacks though. Like I said that right at the beginning.
Yeah, and that won't.
And dude, there's a lot of people at your job that have been there for a long time, and they fucking suck.
Indeed.
Okay. So like, can we not use longevity as a judge?
Okay, fair enough.
Thank you.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Josh McCown played a lot of football on the bench. He was there for a lot of games.
That's true.
So longevity is not a good judge.
Ryan Fitzpatrick has had a nice career.
That's my boy.
Yeah.
Where's he from?
Harvard.
Damn.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So I mean, yeah, you've got universities where if the running back is good, you're picking the running back, and that's Alabama. Mm-hmm. And I know Penn State used to be linebacker U.
Yeah.
Ohio State was the same. Ohio State defensive backs, if they're available, I'm picking one because my goodness, they churn out defensive backs. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to quarterback, when it comes to the ultimate position, there's teams I'm just staying the hell away from.
Yeah, absolutely. Like running backs from the West Coast.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Marshawn Lynch came from Cal.
All right, you've named one. How about any of the Oregon running backs? Any of the Stanford running backs? Any of the Cal running backs?
Christian McCaffrey?
Any of the USC? There you go. There's two.
Yeah.
Any of the USC running backs?
Again,
we talked about this last week. Reggie Bush has his soul removed and he hadn't been right since. That doesn't count. Lendale White, chicken winged and beer his way out of the league.
That's it. Ronald Jones.
I just assumed it was chicken wings because that's how I got this shape.
His might have been cheeseburgers.
Num nums.
I mean, you got Ronald Jones of the Bucks. He's from USC.
So what is he? Second fiddle?
And there's a reason why they re-signed Fournette.
Too little. So what are we talking about here, Dorian? You keep pulling out bullshit players. We're talking about good players.
Well, I mean, first we talk about quarterbacks, but
like USC wide receivers. You don't draft USC wide receivers. How'd that work out?
Not anymore. I mean, I can think of one, Keyshawn. Well, Juju is from USC.
Yeah, and he is like he's like having a mental issue right now.
And Michael Pittman for the Indianapolis Colts, he's emerging. He's from USC.
We can't factor him in because like he hasn't like put enough work in yet. Like we can't factor him in yet. It's not fair.
All right. Fair enough.
We need some production. It's a combination of things because longevity is a factor, but not a determining factor. And then like you have to put in contribution stats, stuff like that. Like, and did they get to the playoffs? Did he have a chance to get to the playoffs and get him there? Like stuff like that has to be factored in for this conversation.
But can you really put that on a wide receiver?
This is true.
That's true.
Yeah.
But
I guess
I'm trying to think of any wide receivers that made a difference instantly.
Julio Jones.
Julio made a difference for sure.
I think Amari Cooper made a difference
Tell you what,
when he was with.
I'm drafting all
Raiders.
Alabama wide receivers, all of them, every one of them. Num num num, just eat them up, whole thing. hungry hippos, all draft all of them, and if they suck, it'll just be an anomaly.
Well, and see, and that's my point. So some schools for positions, that's where you go.
Watch Jerry Jeudy. If they can find Jerry Jeudy a quarterback,
Yeah. Oh, if Denver gets a competent quarterback, Kansas City's in trouble.
They could put Andy Dalton in Denver, and they would do better.
I would like to see that. Yep. I mean, just literally just anybody competent.
Yeah, because Drew Lock is not the answer.
No, and that also excludes Sam Darnold. But I mean, Jimmy G could go to Denver.
What's the porn scene like in Denver? I imagine it's pretty good in San Francisco. I mean, I don't know. I've never been to San Francisco. I'm imagining it's pretty good though, since they let you shit on the streets. Imagine you can do anything.
I've been to San Francisco.
That's how he knows. Boy, I'm telling you, if she slips up and listens to this podcast.
No. When I was in San Francisco, I was there for work purposes only.
What kind of work?
Yeah. What's her name again?
All right, moving on. Hold on. It's getting late, so I'm waiting for BJ's rant. I know it's coming.
No, that's the redirect right there, buddy. You got 30 minutes left to try to duck this question. Not gonna do that to me, BJ. Go off on some random subject so I don't have to face the fucking music. Sound like my brother.
If it worked for the House of Representatives, I'm sure it could work for us.
No, there is no filibuster here. Sorry.
I'm not a slimy bastard either.
Well, you are a bastard, so I mean.
No, not really. No, not technically.
Fair enough.
And I'm not really even an asshole. It's just funny. Everybody loves honesty until you point the barrel at them. And then it's like, oh, you're an asshole. It's like, no, you just thought it was funny and I was shredding everybody else. No, you got some of this medicine. It's a fucking problem.
That sounds familiar. That sounds like some people that live in D.C.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said I'm not a slimy bastard.
So I had on ESPN the other day, and they were talking about baseball. I actually was watching baseball, and they said that the Tigers had a new manager. I was like, oh, okay. So much I actually pay attention. It was AJ Hinch from the Astros, and the last time that he coached, he cheated his way to a World Series.
Hell yeah, that's the way to do it.
It ain't, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
That's right. Get some pine tar, put some goobers on the baseball.
Oh, did you hear what they were doing?
The pitch counts, right? From the relaying the pitch.
Yeah, relaying the pitches.
Pitch signs,
and they were banging on trash cans in the dugout. and I like, you hear this and you're like, how did no one notice this?
I wonder if they were sitting there banging on trash cans, being like, "This is what our batting average would be if we weren't pieces of shit."
And it's amazing that the Astros, the 1 year that they don't cheat, they suck. I wonder why.
Yeah, I think the Dodgers tried to fight them the first time they saw them.
Oh yeah, every team did.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why I like baseball.
Well, see, that was the thing. Like, because spring training was going on, kind of like as COVID was coming, and so during spring training, like every pitcher was going for the Astros, every single pitcher. Then the season shut down, COVID happened, and then no one cared.
That's a damn shame. They got lucky.
So I'm wondering if this year, if they make up for lost time.
You're wondering if the Astros caused COVID to avoid getting beamed all year? It's possible.
Hey, I didn't say it. You did.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. That's the conspiracies I believe in right there.
And the best part about that is, they said they asked the owner, did you know what was going on? No, of course not. Will you give back the World Series trophy? No.
No, I have no integrity. I'm rich. I'm a billionaire. How the fuck do you think I have integrity?
I can't even say the word. That's why I don't have it.
Yeah.
But
gives you that NyQuil neck when you say it. Integrity.
But this goes back to the NCAA. It's like, hey, let's take away a title from a team from 5 years ago because they cheated. Do they have to get back the money? No. Do they have to get back all the merchandise? No. So what's going to happen from doing it again? Integrity. Yeah, okay, I don't care.
They had none of that in the first place.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I'm punishing you with something you don't have.
Yeah. And that's why guys like Calipari, they've been the rules as much as possible because they know it doesn't matter, especially because he's getting one and done guys. As long as you don't get caught that season, who cares?
They never told you when you're growing up the world was going to be this stupid. They just told you didn't want to be an adult. They never told you why, because everything around you is stupid.
Well, and that's my question. When we were growing up, was the world this stupid, or did it just get worse?
No, I'm telling you, man. I used to go back. I liked the teachers in middle school. I don't know how you guys felt about them, but I walked back my freshman year, and I'd go see them every once in a while, once a month or so. And one who remained nameless was like, I don't know what's going on. There's something wrong with these kids. I was like, what do you mean? He goes, they don't listen. They don't care. And I don't know if you noticed, my mom was in the school system, and that continued. It's not gotten any better.
And this is
I'm pretty sure my mother,
cell phones.
My mother had to press charges on like a 10-year-old at one point.
Yeah.
What?
And
breaking her ribs.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm telling you, these kids are fucked up, man. And you can't fully blame them.
And like I said, that conversation was before cell phones, was before the internet. And so, yeah, I mean, things have gone downhill quickly, and I don't know how you fix it. Because if you've got NBA players thinking that the earth is flat, you got people that will post on social media talking about how a vaccine is going to have a tracker when they're posting on social media.
I don't even understand why that tracker thing is so stupid. You got your cell phone. I did a move for an NSA agent today. I didn't even ask him any questions. I didn't really want him to know anything about me. Probably already does.
Right.
I wanted to tell him, you're probably one of those guys that goes into bathrooms and looks through the cracks and stalls, aren't you pecker checker? But I didn't do that. I didn't do any of that. I wanted to. That's probably how he got his job.
Well, Dorian, now's the time.
There you go.
Hold on. You gonna call him a pecker checker?
Okay, Dorian's done.
Oh, no.
I know how to get him. I know how to get him right back. So what the hell were you doing in San Francisco?
He's on mute.
Screw you. Yeah. We go down this route.
Yeah. See?
You try to get me to choke up and die. That's what you trying to do.
I've turned red. Adam's turned red. It's your turn, bud. Gonna do my damnedest.
Listen, my whole time when I was in San Francisco for a couple of weeks.
He got real serious. Everything after this is horse shit. You might as well just stop talking.
I mean, I didn't go to any of those video arcades or anything like that. I didn't do that.
Whatever.
I can tell you that scene's not very good in Milwaukee.
Did you step over the boo-boo on the streets?
Did you make a boom boom on the street?
Conservatives say there's poo-poo all over the streets.
Nah, man, it's nothing like that. Man, San Francisco is one of my favorite cities. It's actually a beautiful city. All of the...
It's very historic.
Yes.
I'd like to go for that for sure. Oh, shit. We transitioned into the tour guide section.
And this way...
You know what? I will say this, at least in San Francisco, their county tax collectors aren't charged with human trafficking for United States representatives.
That's Florida, baby. State of family values. Good Christian family values, like picking up kids and using them for sexual purposes. Like the Catholic Church. The Catholics don't pick them up. They wait for them to come to them.
Yeah, it's efficiency.
Different strategy. We got to be accurate here.
So.
It's like they just shoot fish in a barrel. It's right. It's not nice, but it's right.
It is. Yeah.
And if you still support these organizations, your silence is your complicit. You're complicit. So have fun. All right, you're welcome. I grenaded it. You're welcome.
Yep. So to get back onto onto sports. So somebody asked me a question. I'm trying. I'm trying hard.
Did I just hear the scissors, the editing scissors right there?
Yeah, pretty much. If I was starting a franchise, I could take anyone at any era in their prime. Who would you start it with?
What sport?
NBA.
Michael. You can't replace Michael's brain.
That is true.
And that's the thing. Is like he literally wanted to kill you. He would find anything he could take personal about it and take it personal. He proved that. And then just turn it into like this real problem for you. so I like that.
Man, I think picking Michael's is like it's so easy. You know what I mean? Like everybody's gonna pick Michael. Oh, you're Michael.
Well, he asked me who I wanted to start a franchise with if I could have any player. He didn't ask me other than Michael Jordan. If he'd said that, then I would. If you say
okay, so let's do that. Okay, other than Michael Jordan is obvious. Who would you choose?
Well, then we got to take away Kobe and LeBron.
No,
that's another plane. Those are all playing like.
No, actually, if you take away Michael from the conversation, the correct answer is Bill Russell, for the exact reasons why you mentioned about Michael, about his brain, his attitude, his coaching on the court.
Kareem's another one of those guys too. You still can't stop that
skyhook was
unstoppable.
Deadly.
Still unstoppable.
Yeah.
You can't coach against it.
And that's something that I'll never understand why Dwight Howard never tried to learn.
Because he didn't give a shit. He got the Magic's ownership rubbed off on him.
But I think that started with Dwight when he was in high school because he's always been the bigger kid. He was like, I gotta work on my game.
I've been saying that for years. I wish I'd written it down somewhere so you could see it. But when you're the bigger kid, you're never challenged.
Right.
And I think he's so goofy because he wanted to be so likable.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that plays well on the basketball court.
I don't think it does.
No.
And that's why these guys need to go through college for at least 2 or 3 years. If you're not challenged, you're not molded to be a professional.
You got to have a little rub it in your face in it. You got to have a little, you're not going to do that to me. And I just don't see that in Dwight.
Yeah.
I don't see that in a lot of these players.
Shaq could dunk on somebody and shove him into the ground like he did with Chris Dudley. Like, get the hell off me. Don't touch me, little bitch. Like stuff like that.
Nothing in the face and all, dude.
Yeah, get off me. And like, I don't know. That's the attitude I miss in basketball. Yeah, that's the attitude I miss in basketball. I was like, get off me. You can do this to me. You aren't going to do this to me on my home floor for damn sure.
Right. Yeah, you don't see LeBron doing that. You don't see KD doing that. Sure, so I don't see Kyrie doing that or James. You know, so I mean that mentality is missing from today's game.
Mm-hmm. I think we talked about this, right? It's only like maybe 1 or 2 players that have that mentality. One is Rajon Rondo. You know?
Yeah, and he's been in the league for 15 years.
Right? Yeah. He's kind of that transition player.
He's a transition player. He's like the us of the world, where we're kind of caught in between the people that did the work and the ones that whine about how the work's done. And we're the ones in between that have to try to navigate both ends of this shit.
I mean, I think the last great player that had that mentality was Kobe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yep.
I agree. I don't think Dwayne Wade had that type of. I think he kind of helped.
I don't think he's a killer.
Yeah, he's not a killer.
He's like a rubber ducky NBA player.
Yeah.
A little squeaky.
Well, and I think we've talked about that too. Is like there was no real killer instinct player. I mean, there was a guy I would want to take the final shot, but there's not a guy that, hey, it's game 7, you're down by 10 with 4 minutes to go. Give it the ball, get out of the way, and be done. Now, Harden will take the ball no matter what, but it doesn't really matter what time of the game it is.
Yeah.
I remember when LeBron came in the league and I started seeing him passing off like game-winning shots. I was like, that's not right.
Right.
Like that's what you're here for.
Yeah.
But if there's one player that I wouldn't mind taking the last shot and I'm comfortable with the ball in his hands, that would be Manny Ginobili.
Big shot, Bob.
Yes.
But yeah, besides him.
Yeah.
But I've seen Manu Ginobili like man the Spurs in 2 games to help them win the series.
Reggie.
Yeah.
Reggie's got the attitude of I will cut you, I will watch you bleed on this floor.
Yeah.
I loved it. Any of the guys that turned it personal, I like, because that's what I do. That's the only reason I get anything out of my basketball game is by making it personal. Like that's just how I am.
Yeah.
If I can't mentally, I'll do it verbally.
Reggie Miller was probably one of the only players that took it to Jordan. Like when everybody was like in awe, he was like, "Fuck him." Like
still knew
he better than me.
Still knew his place though.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Jordan put him in his place a couple times.
Yeah, Jordan.
Did you see that Jimmy Kimmel interview with Reggie Miller?
No, I didn't see it.
They were in a preseason game, and Reggie had like 10 points, and Mike had like 4, and Chuck Person was hyping Reggie Miller up, telling him to talk to Mike, and so he started talking to Mike. He's like, "I don't even know who you think you are." Blah 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 blah. So I guess Mike came out, dropped like 20 out in the second half. Reggie didn't score a bucket, and Michael walked off the court and was like, "You just this is Reggie's words." He said, "You be sure and you be careful to never talk to Black Jesus like that."
Oh yeah, I heard that. Yeah, I heard about that.
I love that shit.
But yeah, Reggie and the Pacers, they were the toughest competition during that second three-peat.
Yeah. That's one of the things I like about guys like Michael Jordan and Tiger Woods and stuff. They put that mental in you before we even step on the court. Oh, like it's like I got to deal with this fucker.
Yeah, there were times when Tiger would walk out onto the green, and you're done before you even take a stroke.
It's like racing Usain Bolt. You're like, well, I'm gonna beat your ass for second. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be the best second runner out here.
Do you think Tom Brady put that fear in other teams?
I feel like it's different in football. There's too many moving parts. Like you can control that differently in basketball and like individual sports. But like if the offensive line fails, Tom Brady can talk all the shit he wants. We're gonna stack him right on his shoulders. You know what I mean?
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, exactly. You see what I mean? So that's why I don't like, unless you're a wide receiver cornerback, I don't suggest you shit talk because there's too many big people that can grab you otherwise. Like running backs, you should probably keep your damn mouth shut. Quarterbacks, you should probably keep your mouth shut. Like you're in the thick of it.
Yeah, I think basketball is unique in the fact that a player can really control both sides of the game, and they can really get into your head. I mean, like John Randall was a great shit talker in the NFL, but he really only kind of controlled his section of the game, whereas anything that Reggie did or Jordan did or even Bird did could control the entire rest of the team.
Yeah, that's the thing with Tiger. He controls everything that happens to him.
Yes.
Other than natural elements, but as far as like he's responsible for everything that happens to him. And like Adam's saying, you can do that in basketball for sections. You can go like LeBron against the Pistons that one year at the end of the playoffs.
Oh, the 48 special?
Yeah. So like you can control that game. You can steal the ball, go down there, score a point. You can do it again. Mm-hmm. You don't have that ability in other sports.
Yeah, Tom Brady's not making interceptions.
No.
Tom Brady's not making tackles. If he is, something's gone wrong.
Even in soccer, it's divided into offense and defense. The defense pretty much stays down their side of the field. They'll slide down, but they still stay back. They don't attack as much. So it's like basketball is pretty unique in that way, where you can affect both sides. I guess hockey would only hockey's kind of split up like soccer too, isn't it?
Yeah, and a lot of times, like the defensive players with hockey won't even go past mid ice except on a power play,
right?
Because if that puck gets by you, you're done.
You're done, yeah.
So
yeah, I'm not trying to change the subject, but I'm trying to figure out why like Michigan was up like I think 15-4, and now they're losing by 4.
Yeah, they're down by 4, I believe, at halftime. I turned the game off because it's
because they're actually garbage disguised as the number 1 seed. That's why. That's all.
Well, and let's not forget their best player is hurt.
I'm just talking shit, Adam. Yeah. I'm glad somebody's still in the tournament. It sucks that Syracuse is out. I'm sad, but hurt. Passing it on. That's all.
So, but I think we might be wrapping it up early tonight. BJ hasn't gone on his rant, I think, because we got that out of the way early. So I think we're good.
Because Dorian tried to use it as a diversion tactic.
Oh, so that's what we got to do now?
Yeah,
Use the version text for you not to do go on your rant?
that's no. You didn't want to talk about San Francisco, so you started talking about trying to get me hyped up, and it didn't work. I flipped it back on you, and now we have 10 minutes for you to explain your San Francisco trip. Go.
I told you I was there for work.
You were there for Garoppolo's girlfriend.
And I asked, what work were you doing?
Biggins McGee.
Recruiting.
Titties.
Yeah, that's what they're calling it. Okay.
All right, enough about me, man. Enough about me. That's enough.
I don't want to.
That's enough, man.
Trying to make this man divorced and homeless in 10 hours.
You know why? Because this will be the episode where she listens to like,
yeah, no shit.
I thought in San Francisco, there was a reason why you didn't answer your phone.
Why does that one guy keep saying titties in a high-pitched voice?
Look,
Dorian, how'd you know that? How'd you know that porn star's name so fast?
Oh, because I saw
all these
her
questions
on the internet. Google.
No, I was about to say you failed that one.
That is not something you want to Google.
I hope you don't have any back problems because that couch is gonna fuck you up for the next week.
Okay, so Dorian just committed he committed the cardinal sin. He searched for a porn star's name on Google, and he expects his wife not to find out.
Yeah. No, you're done. You're done. You're done. You're done.
I mean, everything has an explanation, so I'm sure I'll try my best.
Doesn't mean it's a good one.
In his search history, it says, "How do I be like Jimmy Garoppolo?"
But doesn't Jimmy G sound like a porn name though?
Yeah, you would know. I don't know why you're asking us. Yeah, you're gonna lob softballs. And I'm just gonna crush them. That's all you're gonna do. So we might as well just end this right now.
BJ's in the softball league, with the Astros cheating. So,
I know he's sitting there swinging.
Yeah, I know all the pitches. I know all the pitches, and I'm gonna kill every one of them too. You guys are nuts.
Maybe I should balk this one then.
Yeah, this episode can't end fast enough. Technically, we got 8 minutes. Technically.
Nah, I think we're done for the night.
Thank you,
Dorian. No problem. Yeah, answer to your question. Michigan they came out cold and then they got cold again. So there was a point I saw they were up 17-16, and some dude for UCLA had 14 of those 16 points. So, I'm used to them losing. I'm used to them losing a lot. So it is what it is. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, this is Sandlot Sports.
Peace. Jimmy G's my hero.
Titties.